The housing market in 2024 sucks. And that's what this video is about. I'll be able to tell you firsthand from experience in this video coming up. Where to even start? My wife and I, we first started looking for houses in 2021. It's 2024. We still haven't found a house yet. We used to live in Colorado. We really wanted to move out of the tiny apartment that we were living in. And it wasn't until like halfway through our 1 year of living in Colorado that we realized that houses are just way too expensive. Our monthly rent for our apartment that we were staying at in Colorado was $875. The average monthly mortgage payment for a house around the area was like $2,800. Like a $2,000 increase that we just didn't have. So that's what kind of like sparked it all. Was like we were living in a tiny apartment. The neighbor downstairs was a drug dealer. The neighbor to our left was a retired man that I think he was having mental health problems because he would constantly run up and down the apartment complex without clothes on except for underwear. But we started to get into trying to buy a house. That wasn't happening in Colorado. So after moving out of Colorado, we moved back up home to Chicago and we began the search again. My wife and I, we moved into an apartment up there, and it was a solid apartment, but it was $1,900 a month. Started looking for a house, and very similar to Colorado, we were blown away at like our price range. We were looking at houses that were like falling apart.
I can't quit now, Luigi.
We put in an offer on 3 houses in Chicago. All 3 houses got denied 100% out of our control. We submitted the offer. We were literally hours away from getting the keys to our house. Hours before the bank emailed us back and just said, hey, listen, we actually need like 15 to 20 more documents from you that are super hard to get. Random tax documents from like 4 years back. And we were like, we don't have them on us. It was, oh, well, we already have another buyer, so sorry. And it just slipped right through our fingers just like that. We lived in that apartment for about 8 months. But towards the end of us living there, it was like, man, this is so expensive for what we're actually getting. We're going to move out of here. We packed our bags. So now here we are, 2024. 2024 has been an interesting experience. So it's currently middle of April. We have toured and viewed over 30 houses. We've put in an offer on 5 houses. All of them have fallen through. So what's like the main takeaway here? We've spent years at this point trying to buy a house. What have I learned since doing this? There's kind of 2 paths that I can go down from this experience. I can hold the mentality of, I wish house prices were how they were 10 years ago. I wish houses were cheaper. I wish this and that. And for the longest time, I had that mentality. I would literally go through houses price history on all the real estate apps that we use. And I would go, man, if only I had purchased this house when I was 4 years old, we would have gotten it for 20 grand. Instead, I look on the bright side and I look at the positives that have come from not being able to get a house for 3 years. Some of the biggest benefits that I've been able to take away from not being able to get a house is A, my wife and I know pinpoint exactly what we're looking for in a house. What I want in a house is a nice big land, ideally an acre of a plot of land. Approximately 1,200 to 1,500 square feet. Once you get bigger than 1,500 square feet, you don't really need that much space. And probably the biggest aspect of a house that I had no idea that I would really be into is having natural lighting. It's something that I had no idea that I was so into until we started touring houses. And truthfully, at this point, I would have had no idea had we been accepted on the first or second house that we put in an offer on. Has it been a stressful process? Absolutely. It has been the toughest thing to think that you're going to move into a house where, oh my gosh, I could see us putting a work desk in this corner. You know, oh, I can, lay out the flowers in the front yard in this fashion, and then have that taken away from you. Times 30. I'm not going to sit here and say, is there a magic solution? No. I guess the ultimate magic solution is just to buy a house in cash. I don't have the privilege of doing that as of right now. The house buying process has taken way longer than we thought it was going to be. It's been a lot more costly than we thought it was going to be. Inspections are not free. And this process has spanned across the entire country. And yet, I still have my hopes high. I still think that we're going to find a solid, awesome house. That's all I can really ask for. So, if you like this video, please subscribe. Thank you so much. It really means a lot to me.